Okay? That's simple, human chain. But do you think we could get 1 million Muslims or 2 million Muslims? We're 1 billion strong. You know, could we actually get that amount of people to participate in doing that? No. Because this guy isn't this, and this guy isn't that, and this person might not believe what I believe, and this person does you know, 2 winter prayers, and this guy does only 1, and we look at all the reasons why not. What's at the bottom of that? What I believe is at the bottom of that is love of self for love of brotherhood. Allah tells us in the Quran, after faith, next comes brotherhood. We haven't gotten past step 2 because the brotherhood isn't there. The ummah is a term that doesn't actually exist today. It's something we hold on to. We say, hi brother, hi sister, salam alaikum, alaikum assalam. But we don't function as an ummah. It is really in word only. And that is what we have to restore. As Allah says, that's the second step. After faith comes brotherhood. We will never be able to resist all of the things against us unless we stand together.
How do you intend to create this awareness among the Muslims?
Dialogue.
Dialogue.
We have got to get the issues that are affecting the Muslims on the table. These can't be issues that we talk about behind closed doors. You know, differences in Aqidah. You know, this person believes this Aqidah, this person believes that Aqidah. Fine, let's bring our evidence and let's talk it through. We have got to have dialogue between Muslims. If we don't have dialogue between Muslims, how are we ever going to get to unity? So I think dialogue, I truly do. I mean, we have to start addressing the issues. As a revert, when you come into Islam, people tell you a bunch of things, and if you ask a question, you know, you're pretty much scolded, okay? Which is why reverts don't ask questions, okay? And they end up having weak faith. You know, I will not embrace something that I don't fully understand and believe in. I will continue to ask those questions, and I'm not using myself as some important example. I'm saying that anyone can't have a solid faith in anything unless it's a true knowledge. And you cannot obtain true knowledge without asking questions and investigating it. So to say, okay, this is how we do it, we hear and we obey. Yes, we hear and we obey based on knowledge, but we've got to have that knowledge first. A lot of knowledge is also used as a way to prevent Muslims from doing things. You don't have enough knowledge, therefore you shouldn't be doing those sorts of things. Well, that's equally as harming. What we need to be able to do is talk between ourselves. What's the issues that are facing the Ummah, and how do we address the divisions? We're letting the Kafirs determine our future for us. We need to be determining our futures for us. We have to be not afraid to be able to cross the line to somebody else's viewpoint and evaluate it and discuss it. You know, so I think it starts with dialogue. Everyone, you know, the Muslims are afraid to talk because somebody will say, "Oh my goodness, that's the wrong Aqidah," or "Oh my goodness, you know, that's against what you know we believe." Well, you know, that creates, you know, the doors of Idijat are closed. I don't believe that for a second. You know, Allah gave us a brain. He expects us to find the path. We are all on the path. We need to share our experiences.
Talking about Aqidah, I'm really confused between culture and religion.
Between
culture and religion.
Right.
So we tend to make an assumption out of our culture and our belief, our Aqidah. So every race, they have their own culture, so they tend to merge this culture and religious belief into a certain, what we call it?
Mindset. Identity. Identity. Exactly.
So
the Malaysian Muslim has his identity. the Arab Muslim has identity, and the Arab says his identity is better.
Stand identity.
Okay.
Okay.
Every ethnic group, are you on?
Yes.
Every ethnic group seems to have their identity as a Muslim. The Arab Muslim has his identity, the Malaysian Muslim has his identity, the Pakistani Muslim has his identity, and that identity is formed on traditional and cultural things that have been accumulated and formed into Islam. The Arab Muslim thinks the Pakistani doesn't practice the right religion. The Pakistani doesn't think the Arab practices the right religion. It's only going to be through dialogue that we void and get rid of, purge, for lack of a better word, what is traditional and what is actually Islam. Because the lines now are blurred. And the Arab has a different understanding, the Pakistani has a different understanding, the Malay has a different understanding. We need to start at a common goal. Common goal, we love Allah. Common goal number 2, the Quran is the word of Allah. We need to start on that basic of level and then begin to flush out of the religion these traditional things that have nothing whatsoever to do with Islam.